this morning on this powerful Saturday's breaking news of my coverage of just the process, the performance, the opinions, also followed up with amazing content that's backing up everything that I have been saying, and also putting their 2 cents from the one and only myself. So what I'm going to be talking about a little bit today is the coverage of Michigan, and I'm going to be talking about the performance of Miss Harris. I'm going to be talking about the performance of the side of journalism, or just the questions that they are asking the people, as well as giving credible information, as well as me going to go actually track down a guy who actually have family that lives in Venezuela. And he gave me some very important information. But what's so funny is he gave it to me a while ago, and it really didn't hit home until I actually was just talking on my podcast, because I was laughing. I was laughing. I was laughing. I was laughing. I came. Well, no, you guys didn't get it because YouTube is no longer allowing me to drop my content from my podcast. And I think what I love about my podcast is that I think when I get up here, I'm still a little bit nervous, and I think that I really can't deliver all of my bullet points the way that I be delivering on my podcast. So what I want to say is, first I'm going to talk about this and then I'm going to jump into it. So recently, maybe I say like 2 months or something like that, I was in a cab with a very nice Venezuela. He comes from Venezuela. He's a very nice cab driver, and he's doing like the 2% of people who are actually trying to or have left a country that was destroyed within. Now, what do you mean? What's destroyed within? When you have people who are destroying the country. Now, my main thing is, can our government system actually um, put all the people who are committing crimes, and can we actually send them to another country? I don't know where the hell I just got that from. That's a very good question. And I just want my politicians, and I just want my electees, or even Donald Trump, to say this. If we were to do what all of these other different countries are doing by sending the immigrants from their country there, can stop noodles? Can they go there? Can we send them there by the mass of people to other countries? And will they accept them? And will they allow them to do what they have been doing in this country? So as I was in the cab, and I was talking to the guy from Venezuela. He was going in, and he actually had me listening to a broadcast of different people who are coming from there, and they were telling a lot of different things. So he said, "Oh yes, yes, my sister." I said, "What's up, Poppy?" Because that's what I say. "What's up, que pasan? What's up, Poppy?" He said, "Oh my God, um, it's a whole bunch of stuff going on back in Venezuela. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible." He said, "But I'm so happy. I'm so happy. You better not, Noodles. I'm so happy because my government, they're locking up everybody. They're putting them into these jails, and they're sending them out of here." So when President Trump was in Detroit, and he actually showed a clipping of these gangs and these people coming together, and they're taking over complexes. And I said, I'm going to track down this cab driver. I don't know, maybe if I just have to just like go post up at the cab station and wait until his cab come in so I can get him up on my channel so he can say exactly what I said, because I don't be wanting a lot of people to think like, hold on. But this is what he said, and this is what's happening, and this is what happened. So on the coverage of Michigan, well, it really doesn't make any sense. But when I was talking on my podcast, I said that I was no longer going to say anything. So since I really haven't been talking, I haven't been saying anything for the last past couple of days, the way that I have been coming on, and I have been saying a lot of different things. I don't know what's going on with her. She just can't say shit. She don't know what the fuck is going on. And when I said my podcast, I said, okay, I'm going to shut up. I'm not going to say anything. So when she did the coverage, and I posted it on my community because I don't want everybody to think that I'm bashing her. So the clip that I'm talking about right now and I'm referring to, you guys can go on my community post and you can go see it for myself. That she's in Michigan, she's doing her campaign, and they specifically asked her again. They said, "Well, through these 3 years, what do you think that you would have did a lot better than Biden?" So I thought she was gonna give that weird ass excuse that she gave last time on Fox. And she came up and she said that, oh, he destroyed it for 10 years. She didn't say that. What she said was she said that actually the vice president doesn't really have a very powerful part on the chessboard the way that everybody think that they do. And then what she did was she brought up Michael Pence. Hold on, baby girl. She brought up Michael Pence. Now, why? All right, baby. Now, what she did was she brought up Michael Pence. Now, everybody knows at this moment, Michael Pence, he don't want to be associated with Donald Trump. This man feels some type of way about Donald Trump, from whatever that happened and the things that he feel and how he felt like he was probably left out to dry or whatever. He don't even want his name to come up. But what she messed up is that when she brought up Michael Pence, this is what Michael Pence can do. Even though he don't like Donald Trump, he don't want to be associated with Donald Trump, he can say, okay, I have my own personal feelings that I have towards the vice president, but I don't care what nobody say. Once we were in the White House, our administration and the things that we did, and even coming down to our record, was still the way that it needed to be. Because even though she want to say this, that, and the third, and she want to say this, that, and the third, what she should have said, instead of bringing his name up the way that she did, and she was trying to slander him, what she should have said was, if it wasn't for Michael Pence, since y'all was saying that Michael Pence had so much power, and if he wasn't, however you want to say, a patriot or whatever, he could have overturned something that y'all said that Donald Trump was trying to say him overturn, but you got up on national television during Michigan and tried to insult his character and say that. Now let me tell you this. Let's get into this. Because the other day when I had very low views and nobody wasn't coming on and they wasn't paying attention to me, I have days like that. Sometimes my reach be good, and then sometimes they monetize me. They don't let my video get out to the masses. But as I told you, when I was in school, because I signed myself up to go back to school to get qualified in the arena that I'm trying to play, so nobody can discourage me or discredit me and say that I'm not up to par, I'm not educated within this field, even though I'm gifted and I can do a whole bunch of research and I can present and make sure everybody get it the way that they need to. I met a young lady. She maybe had to be about 25 or 26 or something like that. And when I was in there and she was asking me, what do you want to do? And I said, well, young lady, at this time, what I want to do is I want to go work in Washington. What I want to do is I want to be able to partner up with a person, or within the government, so I can make sure they're getting the information that they need to, so they can be able to position themselves so the bigger things that at hand can take place. And this is what I told her. So she said, oh, really? And I said, yes. So I started telling her a little bits and pieces about the things that I was doing. And she said, well, look on my wrist. And I said, what you have on your wrist? She had a free Pakistan. She didn't have a free Israel, but she had free Pakistan. So what me saying that is, you have a whole lot of people who are divided on how they feel about different things. Now, because you have a lot of people who are divided about different things, doesn't necessarily mean that we are wrong. Just because, and I say this all the time, I probably have people who support Kamala Harris on my page. I don't say that I don't like you because you don't like her. And just because I have people who support Trump, I better not see nobody on my page attack them because they believe in him. And if you do, I'm gonna get you off. And if I feel like somebody's also attacking somebody that also supports her, I'm gonna get your ass out of here. Because at this time, we should live in a world where people's decisions, because they might not be to your liking, you feel like you dislike them. And right now at this moment, because you have her and you have him, you have a lot of people showing their ignorance at a very high height, and it's very disturbing. And I said this the other day, it's so crazy. We already knew the length of how ignorant an individual was, but it really took between these two people to show the length and how far, and what people would do and how they would go about it, to show how ignorant they are as an individual. And this is what happened. What you saying? I'm on and yo, you are so crazy. But anyway, so let me tell you about what happened, because I said this. I said no, I said this yesterday. I said all the different stations, CNN and all of that other stuff, they were saying, well, Donald Trump, he's so disrespectful because he's denying every interview. He's canceling, he's canceling, he's canceling, he's canceling. And what I said, and I always like to go back to the beginning. And she's so retarded because she's still not listening. Shut up and shut. Because then she's going to get wind. She's going to get wind. So let me tell you why Donald Trump, he no longer have to do interviews. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when that man got up on the first debate, and even though he wanted to be so ignorant, and you think I'm lying, go back to the first debate. You know how Donald Trump can be. He can be very piss sway, piss boo, piss sway. Like, he don't have no filter. Oh, hi, baby. He don't have no filter. And when he feel like saying something, he's going to say it. Nobody's going to tell him what to say, how to say it, and how to do it. So he was playing fair. He was being very nice. But when she started going out the woodwork, and she started attacking him, and she started saying stuff, he said, all bets are off. And it's so funny, because they gave her the opportunity to open the floor. Do you know how important it is when somebody gives you the opportunity to state your case first and you don't deliver when you're stating your case first? See, you have the position to run the floor, meaning the temperature on how you're going to finish the conversation, or how everything is going to play. Now, I guess if you come in with smoke, that's how the rest of the whole interview was. It started going crazy, and he got pinched, and they said, oh, he got baited. And that's what she did. When she first went into that debate, she went in and she started tearing his ass apart. She started digging into him. She started destroying his character. And ever since then, every campaign and every interview that she is doing, she is coming after his character. And like I always said, if she would have took her ass in there the first time and said what she was supposed to say, instead of destroying his character, then she'll be like Donald Trump. She would no longer have to do any more interviews. So since she didn't perform the way that she was supposed to perform, why you think she's doing all these interviews? Why you think she was so pressed to go on Fox? She was so pressed to go on Fox is because she never hit her target from the beginning. Her target was to actually come and tell the American people what she was going to do and how she was going to do it. But because she didn't do that the first time, this is why she was pressed for a second debate with Donald Trump. This is why she sat down on Fox 5 and showed the world why she's also 10 times more disqualified from being sitting in the White House. And then she had the audacity to get up there in Michigan and prove another point. I keep telling your dumb ass, but I'm not going to tell you no more. And I told you the other day that I wasn't going to say anything, I wasn't going to help you, and I was going to let you, because somebody's on my page, they're giving notes, and I'm going to let you keep doing what you're doing. You're putting yourself in the grave. And what you can also think, you could think every news outlet that is a Democratic news station, or you are sending these people in there to interview other Americans that also have a democratic mind. And you know what these dumbass people are doing? And you could go see the clip that I just put up there. You think I'm lying, I'm dying. Everything that I be stating, baby, I have facts for it. And I always use something that's truly credible about what I'm saying, and I'm gonna say it again. If you think I'm lying, I'm dying, go on my community post and go view the content that I just shared, and everything that I'm about to say out of my mouth right now is gonna give you a stamp of approval, and you're gonna see why they are so ticked. People can be so ticked by an individual when they know what they're talking about and when they can deliver and they can make sure you can understand. So other than get down noodles, other than Kamala Harris assaulting his character, other than all the Democratic news stations, also they still don't get it. And I'm not telling y'all because you're on your own. And now you have individuals, because now they're starting to use other American citizens to sit on a panel. What is a panel? A panel is more than one person. A panel is more than one person when you can sit down and you can get argumentals from out of each person. Where you will have a group of people who's going to be having an argumental argument. Right now, and how it's going, they're not getting that. Right now, how they're going, because no other news personnel, other than when there's in, they're starting to figure this out. I don't know how, but they're starting to get regular Americans who are seeing that they're a Democrat. They're starting to get regular Americans who they feel like they hate Donald Trump. They don't like his policies and procedures. And then they're getting them and they're using them as bait. What I mean by bait, they're using them as bait to sit down in front of a panel of more than one, which is more than one could be two, more than one could be four, more than one could be what? Keep going, keep going, because anytime you have a panel, it have to be a divide of the equal amount of number. Four over here, four over here, 10 over here, 10 over here, because they want to be able to depict the mindset. They want to have a one group that's going to support Donald Trump, the other group that's going to support Kamala Harris. So in this time, that number of fraction that they used to have is no longer there. And on this clip that I just posted on my community post, you're going to see. Now you have a whole panel of 10. You have a whole panel of 6. You have a whole panel of 8 that's telling you, no, no. They're not even saying they're going to vote for Harris. If it's an independent person, oh, that'd be funny. The world would never expect that. If it was Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, and a mystery third person that's there to become president of the United States, and the world picked this candidate to be the president of the United States. But I'm not even going to say that because we already know. But that'd be funny. I'm just saying, it would be crazy. But what I'm saying is, when they got up there, everybody all said if they wasn't voting for Kamala Harris, and they all gave their opinion. And it's so funny because the look on the regular American citizen who they use to try to bait these people couldn't believe what they were saying. And this is my follow-up to what I was saying prior, before I started talking and going to the left a little bit, is that when you have people who have lived in these countries, meaning Iran, Yemen, and these people are actually from Yemen. These people at this moment are actually what's it called, that? Modest United States citizen, meaning they came over here, they went and got educated, they're living in a really good, comfortable community, they're building a life, the American dream, and they actually said what needed to be said. They said, listen, I'm a Yemen resident, even though I come from there. I thought that Ms. Harris was going to be able to give us strong policies and procedures dealing with a lot of different things, and she's not doing that. Yes, before I felt some type of way about Donald Trump, but even though when he was there, it was the length and the level of protection of just the different problems that were going on here and abroad was still taken care of to the highest of the heights. And the lady who was on the panel that kept trying to destroy his character and kept trying to get these people to be on their agenda was no longer there. No longer there. And that's what happens when you are getting people who have a different dialect. We as American people would never know the tyranny of just having to sleep underneath a table, having to sleep in the bathroom, having to go into a basement somewhere because you never know if a rocket is going to come. You never know if I'm at school, I'm at the grocery store, I'm on a bus, and somebody is going to come on the bus and they're going to have a homemade bomb on their chest, and now all of a sudden we're not here. We really don't know the length of being a woman in a country, and this is a country that's dominated by men. This is a country that's saying that, I'm just saying, that the woman sits in the back seat and they do not have the equal rights as a lot of men do in this country. And this is why I say a lot, and this is why that makes me mad, because you have a whole bunch of delusional majority of black people who just are not understanding, and then they want to say, don't vote for Donald Trump because he said he's going to take out the information about slavery. Okay, well, since you're so profound, house nigger, you know. I said it first. And so you so care or whatever, or even to the nigga that's in the field. So why the hell you're not doing all the things that you need to do, since our forefathers that couldn't ride on the bus, for our forefathers that had to drink at water fountains, for our forefathers who really was dealing with segregation and really couldn't go, for our forefathers, even though they were saying that back then they passed the vote for us to vote, they still wasn't letting us vote. For our forefathers when they joined the military, because a lot of people forgetting the military was racist than a motherfucker. They had a whole different part of the military back then where it was only designed for Caucasian people. And the black people had to go on a back burner. Why do you think that there's so many profound different clippings of different, what is it? The movie called Tales. If it wasn't for these courageous and these very, oh man, what's the word? I can't even put a word to the performance of some black people, of the skills and the brilliancy that a lot of black people have, that are coming around and is making a statement and also turning around history to actually have you look onto, or it could be anybody that'll put a spotlight like, and this is why you're not supposed to overlook who I am. I'm just saying. So then you want to talk about don't do this, don't do that. Okay, so we as a people, since you're saying all of this, then why are we not doing better? Most importantly, why are we really not going to go educate ourselves? Because and before, we wasn't even allowed to educate ourselves. Shit. Before, we wasn't even allowed to read the Bible because they felt like whatever they was putting in the Bible was putting seeds within us for us to rebel. And that's what it is. That's what the Bible is. If I feel like I can get this person to believe in this and believe in that, then I can control them and they won't have an outburst. But I say that's for anything that's coming into loan. If I put this type of a structure, then I don't have to worry about them rebelling. And right now in the United States of America, United States citizens, we are rebelling on the highest of the height. And we are saying we do not want the old system, but we want a new system that's actually here's what we are asking and that we want. Don't nobody want to be running around, and just people in general want to be paying a whole bunch of money for rent. Want to be, paying a whole bunch of money in taxes. Because even though when you become a homeowner, you're also paying for your mortgage, and you're also paying for the land that you are on. So a lot of people are getting like a quid pro quo. So it's a whole bunch of stuff. I just think just the history of the United States of America, all the things that we have been through in the United States of America. I mean, just dealing with everything. I just say the black people, the Chinese people. You know, when the people from China, when they came over here, they was only to come over here with a suitcase and only a couple of items, and it was only supposed to come over here just with one person. And that was underneath the policies and procedures so they could come over here and become part of infrastructure. But they be forgetting that shit too. But see, when you have other different races that really understand their injustice that they have been through in other countries or in their countries abroad, and they come here and they dominate and they make their community, their banks, or the people in their community very successful, then how, as white people, black people, how can we actually be mad at them? We cannot. So I always say sometimes, even when I say what I say, you can't really fault because you have a lot of different immigrants who come here, and United States of America, they do give them money. They do give them money abroad when they come over here. They do give them the opportunity to get a business loan and to buy a house. But when they're giving these certain individuals the opportunity, they take that opportunity and they run with it. So us as American people, as much as on the flip side, we be feeling some type of way, then we also have to look at ourselves as individuals and say, well, why can't we do that? And also to the factor is also tell the government, okay, well, you're giving these people loans and you're doing all of this shit at a very fast pace, then you need to put in policies and procedures where we can also do that as well. And this is the biggest tactic, and that's why I wanted to say, and that's why I applauded that black gentleman, that black man, when he went up there on the Breakfast Club and he specifically said to Kamala Harris, well, we just feel like this is like your biggest pet peeve right now. Only why you're saying why you're going to do what you're going to do for us is for a political stunt. And he was absolutely right. Like, so it's very, very funny. And this is what I want to say before I get off, because I almost forgot. What a lot of different people are also noticing, as well as when I said it's a lot of people who might not feel, they might have secret agendas toward the American people, whatever. But what the gentleman said on the clip that I want you guys to also go back and watch, he said that within one state, Michigan, or where, I think it was Michigan, that it's like 250,000 people from abroad, meaning people who come from Yemen and all that other place, who really do respect Donald Trump, and they feel a lot more comfortable. And that's what happens too with your dumb ass. When you sit in all of these different people and all these people are coming over here and they actually start to see the real truth about the matter. But see, that was your whole agenda. You wanted all of these people to come here. Now you have given a lot more power to somebody else so they can fight against you. I don't care what nobody say. Once we continually keep seeing who people are as an individual, it's nothing that you can do. So, this race is very, very interesting. And what Donald Trump is doing is very amazing. When you turn somebody's words, even though she's trying to say that Donald Trump is crazy or whatever, she has some very creditable evidence that's showing and stating the things that she's doing. And she's also showing that she's not capable, nor does she really understand how to run this nation. And she's putting her own foot in her mouth. And he's just replaying and he's showing you guys. Right now, at this moment, like she want to say, you've been in office. Okay, first you was in the Senate. So that's your playground. You know what to do. But you've been in the White House for 3 years, where you at this moment should already know the pros and the cons. At this moment, you should already be able to know how to handle and conduct yourself, and how to, first and foremost, talk about a lot of different matters that you need to talk about. So I'm just saying, they just had your pretty ass in the White House, and you was just there because you was a woman, and you was just sitting there, and you had somebody that just said, no, you just sit there. you're just pretty. We just wanted you to just be like the face because we wanted to just let the American people know, even though they think that we never will elect a female vice president, or we are, and but what we're gonna do is we're gonna be behind the scenes, and we're gonna be taking care of the important matters. Because every time she's faced with different, or not even difficult questions or things that she already supposed to know, she don't know. So that's my biggest question. So you never was actually really handling and doing a lot of different things, because all of these small questions should be something that should be answered very easily and very swiftly. What would you do better? Oh, I know a lot. Why you didn't say what you said on Fox 5? You already threw Biden underneath the bus. You did. So why wouldn't you just keep going on with your own line? When he asked you what you should have did different, you should have said the same stuff that you said on Fox. I will do a whole bunch of things different, and this is how I'm going to do it. And she didn't do it. So what she did was she tried to throw Vice Prince underneath the bus, and his record as being the vice president of the world is 10 times better than your performance. So how dare you even bring him up, even trying to be petty? And when you brought him up, you have no wins. That's like the greatest boxer, the greatest person that's coming along. And okay, and you're trying, here baby, can you open it? I want some chips too. And you're trying to discredit somebody that has let me help you, that has an amazing record. And that's what Vice Prince he has. Can I see? Sorry. And that's what he has. He has an amazing record. So I'm going to go because my daughter, she's up and she's going to drive us and the whole world crazy. See? Ain't it pretty? So you guys be blessed until next time.
Will you open up the
Bye-bye.
pumpkins?
Yes, baby.